Morning, guys. Another day out here on beautiful Sanibel Island. It's actually my first time kayaking since the 2 hurricanes, so it's a blessing to be out here with you guys. And it's a beautiful, sunny day. A little bit cooler. Ever since these hurricanes came through, it's kind of turning into fall between the humidity getting cut in half and just the temperatures overall feeling less. The winds coming out of the northeast, so we're getting some cold winds. Looking at about 11 miles an hour right now. Haven't really been able to go out in the kayak recently, just between cleanup from the storms, and then we've had a lot of those cold fronts come through, so we've been looking at like 17-18 mile an hour winds, just not worth kayaking in. Tried a couple times fishing off the beach on Sanibel, like on the southwest side, and just really no luck. I caught maybe a catfish or two, but yeah, so just been really itching to get back out here. I'm super thankful that the weather is, you know, holding off today and doing well today, and kind of the game plan for the day, I really have low expectations. I don't know, I haven't been out here since the storm, so I don't know what the lay of the land or lay of the water really looks like. So gonna be kind of just exploring, kind of see if there's any new debris, and just kind of see how the water's been. The water quality's, you know, actually not terrible considering everything that's happened. On the other side of the island, it's still pretty murky, still pretty brown. This ain't too bad. So yeah, the water's also a lot colder too. The temperature's gone down a lot, so that might change kind of what we see today as far as fish goes. And so I've still got my artificials. I did bring, because the wind, I don't really anticipate traveling a whole lot. I kind of just plan on staying on a couple of the mangrove islands over here, and so I do have some frozen bait. I've got frozen mullet and ladyfish. No idea if those are going to work at all, but I'm just thankful to be out here. Thankful to you know, get a chance to be back out in the water. I've been really looking forward to spending time back out here in the kayak. I've had to clean out the kayak a little bit after the storm too, so, or storms, I guess I should say. But yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to see what's going on. Mangroves aren't looking too bad, honestly, so far. A lot of the trees, a lot of the foliage is either dead or in like shock, so to speak, so they call it. So it's just the salt water and the winds and everything kind of turn the regular trees almost into a fall state, where it's brown and looks like it's dead for a little bit, but give it a few months and the ones that, you know, are built for it, they'll come back. We saw that after Ian. We're seeing that right now with Milton. Really, Helene didn't have that much of that. Even though we had a lot of water, it kind of came and went pretty quick over here. With Milton, it stayed for a lot longer, and with that we got a lot of the muck, the storm surge muck, and a lot of the foliage, you know, the debris and everything like that getting pushed around. So that caused a lot of things to really stay and sit, and cause the grass and a lot of the trees and plants to die or go into shock. So yeah, well, enough about hurricane talk. I'm just excited to go fishing again, and yeah, we'll see what God's gotten for us today. So stay tuned, guys. Oh shoot. Dang. Hope you all were able to see that from your angle. I assume those were dolphin, but maybe a shark. Man, oh man. That was crazy out there. Crazy blow up. Man, they're still out there. Going crazy out there. So as you can see, we also have some debris floating around. There's some out yonder, some out there. So pretty typical of post-storm damage, but it's good to kind of assess the area first. It's super easy to get snagged on stuff like that. I will say fish do love debris like that, so they do tend to, it's kind of a gamble. You want to try to fish by it, but not obviously get snagged in it. This is humongous. I'm gonna give him back, but holy cow. big old shell. Hopefully it stays deep enough for you, buddy. So what's good to see is that when the water's not stagnant and it's not super churned up, it's actually pretty clear. As you can see, I'm walking around a little bit right now. It got a little shallow up and through here, so I just didn't want to get stuck. And it's actually kind of nice standing up and walking around a little bit. So good to see that the water's still, you know, as of now, it's doing okay. I haven't heard any reports of red tide in the area. Something that you always have to consider post storm. We saw that after Ian. We saw a lot of red tide. I've heard some up by Tampa after this one actually, but there were a lot of times when I would go out there and you would just see like the ocean floor would just be covered in mullet, literally just like lined mullet, just everywhere dead. But the good news with that, at least from a couple years ago, it didn't last terribly long, like maybe spotty for a couple months. And it was nice. I could actually like maneuver around it. I could find areas and patches that didn't have it. There was, after Hurricane Irma back in 17, so I believe it was the following year, I believe it was following like August or July or something, the whole area, it was like we had a mix of red tide from everything getting churned up from Irma, but also it was called like blue-green algae or blue, it was some sort of like slime basically that built up in the canals, and like in Cape Coral and Fort Myers, and so it was kind of a horrible combination there. And basically those two things took all the oxygen out of the water and basically killed all the marine life and birds too, because the birds were trying to eat the fish and then they'd get sick. So we're having to go, you know, going on the beach, you would just see like mountains of dead fish everywhere, and you'd see like things you wouldn't typically see too. You're getting like dead grouper, dead manatee, dead dolphin, just like super heartbreaking stuff. So they had to take forklifts and like giant like scoopers and get all that out of there. So praying that we don't get that level of you know, red tide or you know, water issues. Think that they've been doing a better job of trying to keep it clean, but you know, there's still a lot of work to be done. Resistance, I'm gonna start reeling. Catfish. Probably another catfish. Delightfully tangled. Yep. I hear it now. Another catfish. Great. There we have it. This might just be a fat catfish. the biggest catfish of all time. Is that all I'm doing? It's just the biggest catfish of all time. Sure feels like it. Yep. Jeez, it's a freaking... Ah, I hate these ones. These are even worse. Sail cat. Oh, gosh. Oh. These guys are a mess. Oh, that was a good fight. Nasty. I'm not messing with that guy. They got big old barbs, look at that. Oh, today's been a catfish kind of day, fishing wise. Man, those guys are nasty. You do not want to get close to those guys. There we go. There we go. There's something fun. There's something fun. There's something fun. I like that. Oh, it's a shark. That's a shark. And I think my GoPro battery's gonna die soon, so that's gonna be good. Might not be able to get this fight even if it actually happens. Oh, come on. Come on, I'm trying to follow it. Come on. Oh my gosh! Woo! Uh-huh. That was cool. That was really cool. All it takes is one. Change the whole day. He's still on. Yeah, he's still on. Oh, I think he's... No, he's still on. Yeah, my drag's pretty light. So I asked that like 80 times probably from now on. The time this fight's over. Oh yeah, he's on. Alright, I think my battery's about to be cooked. I might just let him hang out for a little bit while I get my battery changed. Alright, battery transition successful. I just gotta find a way to get my anchor up. Oh man. Dang, this water's like better than I thought. Alright, now I just let him take me for a ride. So that jump was so cool. I'm so happy. So happy we got to see that. Oh shoot. On a frozen ladyfish. I don't have a ton of drag. Like actually, I'm playing him pretty loose. Honestly, he's not crazy size. Like, it's not a super massive shark. It's a big enough shark that definitely do some damage to me in the water, don't get me wrong, but that's why he didn't just spool me ASAP and break me off. Got pretty light drag, and oh, man. This line's not super heavy. I think the leader, I think, is like 60 or 80 pounds. I can't remember what the braid is, but getting close. Yeah, getting close. He's getting real close to being under me. He's right in front of me. He's right in front of me. He's right under me. Oh shit. Here we go. Oh, broke. There it goes. Hey. All good. Salute to you, Brody. Salute to you, Brody. There it is. Hey. Found me. That was a good fight. That was a fun day. That's a great way to end this first day back. I will take that. That was a good fight. It was a good time. Worth the price of admission today. Woo! Definitely worth the price of admission. Eventually those teeth were gonna catch that line. That's the hard part with using mono instead of like a steel leader or metal leader or whatever, but that's all good. That was fun. It was just fun. Glad we got that jump. I got him right up to the boat. I didn't get him super close to it, which is fine. It's still a good time to me, man. I don't care. Good day. Got a shark on the first day back. Yeah, definitely gonna have to do some more trial and error out here, especially with the weather. Some of the big factors from today were obviously the wind, right? So the wind's actually shifted. It was northeast, now it's northwest, but it's pretty solid. It's probably about 12-ish miles an hour, 13, enough to where it's definitely going to make an impact and definitely you know, cause in a kayak, it's going to really affect your day. The debris was another big part. There were a lot of, you know, trees down and just things floating in the water. I snagged my line probably like, I don't know, 15, 20 times. So just obviously battling that and kind of learning every time there's a big storm like that, you really have to relearn the area. Sometimes the mangrove, sometimes like the outer lining of the island can actually change. The sandbars can flatten, and yeah, things are different. So just have to relearn a little bit with that. Obviously the low tide was one of the biggest factors too. It was a super, you know, it's a pretty quickly declining low tide that kept me from really fishing along the mangroves and like under the mangroves. I got too early on. I still didn't catch anything early on, so I again got a lot to figure out with that. But the water, oh jeez, I'm gonna rewind that eventually and see what that was out there jumping. Might have been another shark. But the water temperature definitely getting cool, so that's gonna affect a lot of things. Water quality right now, it's definitely murky and chopped up here just with the wind, but once the water got a little calmer in some areas, it was actually pretty clear, which is nice. The paddle tail, I had that one little snook that I hooked up to. I think honestly if I just fished along that mangrove line there, I think I probably would have caught some little snook here and there. Just historically, that's how I've done. I've caught some reds and some snook. I've got some other videos catching a bunch of fish in that area, but again, they're normally not super big size. But I really didn't want to be out here super late. I didn't want to have to deal with the wind all that time, so that's why I kind of transitioned over to my frozen bait today, and it actually worked out. That was my last piece of frozen bait. I didn't really want to stay out here too much longer. Still got some work to do on the house as far as like cleanup goes from the vegetation and all the muck from the storm surge. So that's still going on. So going to work on that today a little bit. But yeah, still fun being out here. It's a blessing to be out here. Praising God for the opportunity to be back in the kayak and back out in the water here on Sanibel pretty quickly after the hurricanes, I guess. It doesn't feel super quick, you know, in the scheme of things, but compared to Hurricane Ian, when I didn't get my kayak until early December, I believe. I think it was like the 2nd or 3rd of December, and the hurricane was the 28th of September. So looking at a solid 2 months. This is a lot quicker. Just a few weeks is a lot quicker of a return date, so I'll take that anytime. So yeah, definitely highlight with that shark at the end. Not much more I would have done there differently. You know, like I said, drag was not played super tight. He got up to the kayak. I didn't get a good view on him, but that was in a kayak where there's no beach. I'm not gonna be able to beach him there. That's all you can do. So the end result was going to be cutting the line anyway, so I literally have no ill will or nothing bad about that at all. That was fun. So definitely the ending off with a bang there, closing off the day with a fun fight and exciting time there. I'm glad it was on the correct line too and not on the little one. This one I at least had a shot. The other one I would have broken off instantly, but yeah, so we'll keep at it. We'll see what the cold fronts are going to be a big factor for me fishing wise, and another big factor also too is, that I didn't mention already, is that a lot of the kayak launch areas are currently either blocked right now with debris or they're closed. Ding Darling is closed until further notice. They had a lot of road damage and tree damage and stuff blocking the roads, and I think the observation tower got some stuff to it, so they're closed for the time being, and that's a very frequent spot line to at least launch from. And especially on a day like today, that would have been a perfect spot with all the winds. That would have been perfect to be able to hide out and just avoid the breeze, but that's okay. The launch spot I went out today, one of the private ones here on the island, the trees were completely crisscross blocking it, so I had to spend about 5-10 minutes just, you know, being strongman, lifting all the trees out of the way, getting it cleared out, opened up for me to use and for anybody else to use. And yeah, so all good. Very thankful for the day. Thankful for, if you guys are still watching at this point, I appreciate you guys so much. It's a blessing to do this and have you guys come along with me and join me with this. So yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank God for the day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Okay, God bless you guys. Peace, y'all.